We see you in season 3, the Wonder Kid coming out the Bentley like a silver fox. He is like buttoned up and he is ready for battle. So tell me what Nathan is up to this season.
Well, obviously we found him, sort of knee deep in the rival team, West Ham, fresh off having left Ted and left AFC Richmond. I feel like Nate does have quite a lot to prove. Actually, he's got the fancy car, he's at a fancier club, and I think that he feels he's got something to prove, not just to justify the decision to leave AFC Richmond to himself, but to prove himself and his worth to Rupert, who's obviously a toxic force in his life and in lots of people's lives. But also, I guess there is still, sadly, that almost vendetta against Ted and proving that he can be better than Ted, I guess. Sadly, as much as it pains me to say, I feel like Nate is still feeling a lot of what he said to Ted in that final episode of season 2. And I feel like Nate is on a journey to sort of prove that he was right to leave.
Right. So I know I'm not alone in kind of wanting to see Nate get a bit humbled in a way, like realize that he's still hurting. Maybe do a little bit of therapy. What do you think?
Well, I can't give too much away, but yeah, I mean, it's undoubtedly Nate there's a lot of unfinished business there, and he's clearly not in the best frame of mind, is Nate? And there's unfinished business with Ted, with AFC Richmond. Undoubtedly, a lot of his insecurities stem from that toxic relationship with his dad. I feel like, we'll be unpicking quite a lot of that. Thematically, Ted Lasso does look at sort of father-son or mentor-mentee relationships. And so, there's that. And whether Nate can be redeemed, I think that's up to the audience to a degree. For some, that act of betrayal was this, a step too far. And no matter how much potential forgiveness Nate might beg for, he crossed the line when he left and went to West Ham. So we'll see.
Yeah, what do you think about the sort of, for lack of a better word, villainous turn that Nate took? What do you as an actor think about that once you read his arc?
Yeah. Oh, well, as an actor, it's great because you kind of, it's everything you want to do. It's challenging and it's thrilling and it's been different every season, right? So there's nothing more I could have hoped for, especially in a supporting role. They don't usually get to change to that degree. So that has been a joy, but undoubtedly a challenge as well. Some of the more dramatic and emotional scenes were in season 2 and season 3. Were difficult, were genuinely difficult for me to do. And so, but then quite satisfying to have done them in a kind of cathartic kind of way. Because I feel like I've sort of lived this story now for, 2-3 years or whatever it's been. And there's a sense of, because I've known that that's where the journey's headed as well for a long time since we started filming season 1. So there's a certain satisfaction in having got to this point.